You may remember British actor Oliver Reed as his character Antonius Proximo, the aged former Roman gladiator who took Russell Crowe's character Maximus under his wing in the 2000 film Gladiator. That would be Reed's final role after a lengthy career in film that included turns in Oliver and The Trap. Reed died while Gladiator was being filmed, forcing director Ridley Scott to finish his remaining scenes using CGI. Reed's career in film, as described in his obituary in The Guardian, was somewhat lowbrow. Yet, for a man who got into the industry on a whim one night while drinking with friends who were working as film extras, he did pretty well for himself. Reed was known for his love of frequenting pubs, once saying, as reported in the Difford's Guide, "You meet a better class of people in pubs." He was regarded as somewhat of a hellraiser in his personal life. He would get so drunk he'd sometimes start flashing people. He even had a tattoo of a rooster on a certain appendage that he would flash. Still, Reed found his way into more than 90 films over the span of his 40-year career before he died suddenly in 1999. As it turns out, though, a few years before he died, Reed had eerily predicted his own death, including where and how he would die. What's more, he predicted that he would die in much the same way that he lived, hard and fast, and that's exactly how he left this world. If you are a hard-drinking person, it's probably not much of a stretch to imagine your death having something to do with that lifestyle. But there are lots of ways too much alcohol can kill you. It could be due to a car accident, cirrhosis, to various drunken mishaps, organ failures, and cancers, just to name a few. For Reed's part, he thought death would come by way of a heart attack in a bar, which is what actually happened. According to reports, just before the heart attack, he had consumed 3 bottles of Captain Morgan's Jamaica rum, 8 bottles of German beer, numerous doubles of famous Grouse whiskey, and Hennessy cognac. That left a hefty bar tab of nearly $600. If he didn't die that night, he probably would have wished he was dead the next morning. Still, Reed got a few details about his death wrong, and indeed, nobody is claiming that he had some supernatural gift of prophecy. Rather, it's certainly just a coincidence, unless you believe in that sort of thing. The prediction came on a satirical British TV show called Without Walls, in an episode called The Obituary Show. This documentary series of a sort from Channel 4 showed living people address the camera as if they were speaking to the audience from beyond the grave. It probably sounded like a good idea at the time. During his fake obituary, Reed told the audience how he thought he'd spend his final moments.
"I died in a bar of a heart attack, full of laughter, and we were having a cabbage competition."
In fact, Reed did die in a bar filled with people. He died in Valletta, Malta, at a bar known simply as The Pub. He'd been drinking copious amounts of liquor, arm wrestling and beating members of the British Navy, and picking up the tab for the entire room. Then he, quote, dropped down dead, as Ridley Scott told Variety. About the only thing missing was the mysterious cabbage competition. Still, it had to be a scary and awful end to the night. The Irish Times reported that Reed's wife was there along with some friends. One of the friends recalled Reed's final moments as follows. "He had been drinking on the floor when he felt sick. I tried giving him artificial respiration on a bench as an ambulance was called. By then, all the laughter likely had dissipated. Reed's death is forever enshrined at the infamous pub where the owners subtitled the location Ollie's Last Pub." One thing Reed didn't predict about his death at age 61 was that the bar would then start selling Oliver Reed souvenirs, cashing in on his demise at the booze establishment. Regarding his epitaph, Reed said on the episode of Without Walls,
"On my gravestone was written, 'He made the air move.'"
And that he did. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more grunge videos about legendary actors are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.